If we have a patient who is unconscious, it's good to have something that is going to prevent their tongue falling back at the back of the throat. And one really a very common way of doing this is to use what's called a Guedel airway or an oropharyngeal airway. These are fairly simple, straightforward, J-shaped tubes that you pop into the mouth and they hold the tongue down. It's really important that we use the correct size of airway. If it's too short, it's not going to do the job properly. If it's too long, it's going to go far too far down the patient's throat. The easiest, simplest way to measure it is to go from the angle of the lips to where the earlobe here joins onto the jawline. If you measure it there, you can see this is the correct size. How do we insert it? You hold it so that it's curved upwards. Pop it in like that until you reach the back of the throat and then twist it round. There you have it inserted. And that's going to keep the tongue from falling back. Another very simple but extremely useful airway device is the nasopharyngeal airway. It's got several advantages. One is it can be used when the patient isn't deeply unconscious. The oropharyngeal airway can only be used when the patient is deeply unconscious. Otherwise, you make them gag and vomit. The nasopharyngeal can be used when the patient is only lightly unconscious. So it's extremely helpful if the patient is fluctuating in conscious level or not deeply unconscious. A simple device, but you will note that there's not much of a flange here. Because of that, we always advise that you attach a safety pin to make sure that it doesn't slip too far in. The safety pin is not to be attached through the patient's nose, which I have actually seen. It gets attached to the corner of this, and it just prevents it slipping too far up. So get that into place before you start using it. Okay, just a little lubrication. Choose the biggest nostril. Everyone has one nostril bigger than the other. Insert it in an upward motion, just twisting gently until you get to the level where the safety pin is level with the nose. It's a nice secure airway, excellent, as I say, if somebody is in fluctuating consciousness. Very useful if there's a lot of trauma to the mouth where you can't get any airway into the mouth at all. The nostril is often still possible.